Are you ready to see the backyard update? Oh! So as you can see, the cement is all done. We have some drainage added along the edges of it, and they have like texturized it. So basically they poured the concrete, and then they have these big rubber stamps that they put on here to create this imprint. So it looks like it's like laid stone, or I guess kind of like tile type of situations. And then as you can see, there's like these different like little details in it and things like that, so it's like textured. And then they are filling back up the pool. So the people came and like power washed the pool today to make sure that it was clean after all of like the construction dust. So now it's barely gotten into the shallow end, but we've got 3 hoses, one over there, one here, and one here. We just all, you know, all hands on deck. Good morning, guys, and welcome back, or if you're new here, welcome. I'm Brooke, and we are kicking off the vlog this morning. It is Saturday morning, about 8:30, and it is raining outside. I am so sad about it. It's been between like the mid 70s to low 80s all week, and all of a sudden it's just raining today, and highly unfortunate. Tomorrow is 6 weeks since I have had alcohol. Basically, when we were in Universal Studios in Florida, like that was the last time I drank. And because I drank like 3 days back to back, like it threw off, I'm assuming like my hormone levels, because I started having like Hashimoto's like flare-ups. So I have Hashimoto's, if you guys don't know, it's like an autoimmune disease, and I've had it under control without medication for several years. And I basically keep it under control with like regular exercise and like diet. So whenever I do something like buck wild, so like if I like pull an all-nighter, if I'm eating really poorly, if I stop exercising for like 2 weeks straight, or I guess if I drink for 3 days straight, and not like crazy amounts, but I did drink for 3 separate days in a row, it like threw off my natural balance, and I started having like insane like anxiety attacks and the super dry skin and like that, like a whole slew of symptoms. But the one that really is the like anxiety attacks or like panic attacks that I have, and the particular one that happened when I was in Florida, it lasted from like, I think it was like 10 p.m. all the way to like 5 a.m. It was horrible. I was like drenched in sweat, like my heart was racing as if I was sprinting full speed that entire time. I was so exhausted. And then we had the parks the next day, and it was so hard. It was so freaking hard. So I was like, okay, you know what? You know, I'm gonna just kind of try to cleanse my body and like rebalance, because before I had my Hashimoto's under control, like those like anxiety attacks like ruled my life. It was horrible. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like no, I need to get this, like, so I was like, okay, no alcohol, like we are cleaning up the diet for the next like week or two. I need to make sure I get everything like rebalanced, because like I cannot go back to that place I was back in like, what was it, 2017 when I was diagnosed. And then I just ended up like sleeping better, feeling better. And then I was like, well, I mean, I don't plan to give up alcohol forever, but until I have a situation where I'm like, hey, that sounds really good, or like I really want to like participate in like this or whatever it is, like if I feel like I actually want to drink for a particular occasion, like I'm gonna do it. But it was like I haven't had that chance. Like really, I only plan to do it a week, and then after a week I was like, okay, maybe 2 weeks. Then after 2 weeks I was like, okay, maybe a month. And then after a month I was like, maybe 2 months. So now I'm on week 6, or tomorrow is my 6-week like marker. So we'll see. Will I go another 2 weeks? Will I hit 2 months? I have no idea. So I'm just gonna, when the time is right, or the time is right, just, you know, when I want to, I'm gonna have a drink, and otherwise I'm just pretty much not really drinking anymore these days. So yeah, that's the latest with me on that front.
All right, taking the pups out. Now we also have this new pergola? I forget what these things are called. But it also has one of those cranks, so all of this like cranks open, so you can have it like show sun, or you can have it, you know, shaded. And then all of this area, oh hi Sadie girl, hi sweet girl. All of this area is all going to be leveled in the same height once we extend out the deck. So in case you're like, what is happening below this thing, it's all gonna look great. So yesterday I went around the backyard and grabbed all of the dog toys that were out there so I could wash them. And look how many there were. I mean, they have these under here. I mean, and I did throw away a number of them as well that were just, had been ripped so much that the like fluffy stuff was coming out, the stuffing. So I threw those away, and these are the survivors. This one was a close call, but ultimately it's still like closed. It was just like that top layer, so they can keep this one for now, but they do have like a pink version and a blue somewhere. So they have an entirely full thing of toys already. So I'm like, where did these come from? I don't understand. Hi Sadie, I see you've brought your ball. Thank you. Good morning guys, happy Sunday. So it's the next day. Yesterday I went to coffee shop, met up with Christina and Kelsey. Gopi came in like 30 minutes in and like surprised them, which was awesome. Had a great time catching up. We actually ran into some other people from college that just happened to be at that coffee shop. I've like never heard of this coffee shop in my life. Passed it a million times, never even noticed it was there, but apparently it's like really well known. So who knew? Honestly, well, I got their cold brew, was not good. Personally, I would not go back, but apparently something is great there because so many people go. Then our coffee kind of just started to like run into like lunchtime. So then we relocated to a Mexican restaurant downtown, ate there, and we were there till like 4:30. So our little coffee get together ended up lasting literally all day. Came back and I found out one of my Hallmark shows that I used to watch called The Way Home. Season 2 is out. Very excited. Also looked online and confirmed season 3 is being filmed. So there's gonna be a 3rd season. Very excited about it. Right now, I need to leave 2 minutes ago to go meet my friend Kirsty. We are going on a walk. We were going to go yesterday afternoon, but since my coffee thing / lunch ran so long and I didn't want to cut it off because I haven't seen those friends in a while, Kirsty and I rescheduled for this morning. So about to go meet her. We're just gonna go to Starbucks, get a drink, and walk around the park. However, 2 nights ago, me and my sister made pad thai for the family. We had onions, and I put the onion skins in water and I have soaked them. So these have been, it's now Sunday, and these have been soaking since Friday night. According to a bunch of like Instagram videos about, I don't know if you'd consider it about like botany, but just about like houseplants in general. It was saying that like different things that you soak in water do different things. Like apple peels in water is like fertilizer, and like all of these things. But apparently onion skins soaked in water, apparently this helps get rid of like yellow leaves on houseplants. So I still have my big like birds of paradise from our old house. If you guys remember, I've brought that here. The 2 fiddle figs unfortunately passed away. One of them left us when we were still at the old house. The other one was really on his way out and officially made his exit shortly after we moved here. So the birds of paradise is my last one left, and I want to keep him alive, but he keeps getting like yellow leaves. So I have my onion water here and I'm going to pour it in. It kind of seemed like they only poured the water, so it just kind of like absorbed the nutrients from the onion skins. So now I think I only needed 1 onion skin, but I'm here, I mean business, so I have 3 onion skins in here. Or the onion skins of 3 onions. So let's pour this in. I don't know how long it's supposed to be until like results happen. I also don't know Are you supposed to give it a little bit of this every day or just pour it all in? There were no instructions. It was just like a cheat sheet. So let's go pour it in and hope for the best. Okay, so here's the current situation. As you can see, we're kind of getting a little bit of like brownish here, and oh shoot, you know what? I would consider this more brown than yellow. You know what? It's fine. Okay, this is one of those like easy plants. So you pour water in there and it slowly like waters it over the course of a month. I will say after having 3 of these, they legitimately do not work. Like they were very overpriced for this type of pot and it really honestly does not work. So don't waste your money, but the pot's pretty. So we've kept it. Like honestly, like watering around works way better, but we will pour the remaining in here. Oh my gosh, look at the amount of onion skins in here. This is like really, really potent. And if I remember correctly, you're only supposed to, like, the instructions were to soak for 24 hours. I hope that wasn't a max because this definitely soaked for like 48. All right, well, on that note, I have got to get going because I'm now officially late. But the good news is she's usually running about 5 minutes late anyway. So, 4 minutes ago, I'm here. Ah, okay, I gotta go. See you guys later. So this is a first I've ever seen. Costco has a power outage, so everything's like dark in here. It's like hard to read what is happening. I've like never seen this before. Well, they lost power, but somehow their registers still worked. So I was able to buy things, but we all had to go to the door. So I was only able to get what I already had in my cart, unfortunately. But I got majority of what I needed. That was literally like the craziest experience. I have never experienced a power outage like in a grocery store at all, let alone Costco. And I tried to keep shopping after the power outage was out, like most people did, but I guess they weren't able to get it back on. So then they started having staff go to the back and like usher everyone forward and like, okay guys, you're done shopping, it's time to check out. So basically we all just had to leave with what was in our cart. Despite the fact that they lost power, they somehow were able to get the registers up and running. So still, you know, bought all the food and all that jazz. But I had so many more items that like I needed to get. Like I really wanted to buy like prepackaged, ready to go, like lunch items I could quickly pack. And I got like 2 or 3 like items in that category, but I really wanted to like peruse, walk around, because it's not usually stuff that I shop for. But that was like my goal for this particular trip, along with getting dog food. But yeah, I didn't get to do that. So there were a lot of things like I didn't get, which is such a freaking bummer, because it takes me literally weeks to build up the motivation to go to Costco. Like Costco is a necessary evil because it's absolutely amazing, right? But parking, always trash. The lines to check out, always trash. People everywhere. And because you buy in bulk, you always spend so much more than you think you will. You know, of course, it lasts longer and ultimately ends up being cheaper, but your initial purchase is always more. So it's always very sad when you get to the register. So it takes me weeks to be ready and in the right mindset to take that all on. And it has taken me weeks to get to this point. The only reason I am here today is because I have postponed my Costco trip so long that my dogs ran out of food this morning and I had to come here. Like otherwise they wouldn't have anything for dinner, you know? So dragged myself here, pulled together the motivation, halfway through the shopping, lost power. So feeling a little defeated today, but at least I got the majority of the stuff that I needed. So that'll just have to do. I did get the dog food, but really bummed that they didn't at least let us kind of like continue and finish up the shopping trip. They were like, everyone to the registers. So also the lines took forever because literally everyone in the store had to check out at the same time. So like you think Costco lines are usually bad. Well, let me tell you, during a power outage, it's the worst. So now I'm on my way to pick up Darren from the airport. His plane lands 2 minutes before I get there. So I will get there perfect timing.
Oh, I see him in the fuchsia. Oh, there he is. He's home. Woo!
What is up, party people? It is Monday. So I know I've been not vlogging too much this weekend, which I thought I was going to be. I was really present with everything I was doing, and oftentimes the more present I am, the less like vlog clips you guys get. So sorry about that. However, I had a really great weekend just connecting with a lot of people that I care about and my friends, and overall 10 out of 10 weekend. What I will say though is I've noticed that when I make plans on like Saturday and Sunday, I don't have like my true lazy day that like recharges me for the week. So I am feeling quite drained today. Thankfully, I got to work from home today. That is not the case for the rest of the week, but I'm gonna enjoy it today. So did not heat style my hair. It's still kind of wet because I did a hair mask after my shower. And then you're only supposed to leave it in for 5 minutes. I left it in for like 35, and then I rinsed it out, and then I tied it up, so it didn't dry. So you got a weird thing going on. I will figure that out tomorrow when I have to actually style it. And then on the days I work from home, I also try not to do like too much face makeup. So like I didn't really do face makeup today, just a little bit of eye makeup, because I'm trying to just like make my skin better. I have revamped my skincare routine and things are going wonderfully. My skin is actually the clearest it has been in about 2.5 years, and that's crazy and very exciting. So don't know what the heck went wrong originally and why it took so long to be able to get it under control, but what I'm doing now seems to be working, so I'm just gonna continue with that. I will say the biggest change that, or the product that I think is having the biggest impact is Paula's Choice like exfoliator. It's like a liquid exfoliant, and I've had it for years, but usually I would use it like once a month. If I was really being consistent, once a week. And then I was watching this like dermatology videos, and they were talking about that product and using it daily, and I was like, oh, is that the frequency? So I read the back of the bottle, and it's like used like every day. I guess I just never read the back of the bottle, and yeah, so no wonder it would help the times that I would use it, but then, you know, obviously my skin would kind of revert back to not going so well. So apparently, yeah, you're supposed to be using it every day. So now I don't use it every day, but at least like every other day, and things have really improved. So yeah. Yeah, not reading directions for skincare things, like apparently, yeah, it's important. But I also changed like my face wash and moisturizers and a couple other things. So I think everything has kind of helped, but that's the big one. And then what else was I going to tell? Oh, broke into my Boom Chicka Pop that I got from Costco. The kettle one, love it. We used to get this all the time. We used to always have this in our house, and then one day we just kind of forgot about it and haven't purchased it in possibly over 2 years. Like, how did this go from a staple to like forgot it existed? I don't know, but went across the aisle that had this when I was in Costco and decided to buy it. It was also kind of a panic purchase when they were like ushering us out the door at Costco, because like the blackout situation, which I guess, okay, I know I kind of talked to you guys as I was leaving Costco, but basically like all the lights went out. They waited like maybe 4 or 5 minutes, kind of just let people continue shopping. And then when they couldn't get the power back on, they announced that like, okay, please stop shopping, everyone to the front. You are able to like check out, you can buy everything in your cart, but like shopping experience is done. I tried to continue shopping because I was like, I only have a couple more aisles I have to go through, like I can power through, I'll just be quick. Didn't work. They like had staff going through every aisle and like, okay, to the front, and like forcing everyone forward. Felt we were being like herded, unfortunately. So yeah, I didn't get to totally finish, but I panic purchased Boom Chicka Pop, and very glad I did. Great investment. I also panic purchased Skinny Pop, and you know what? Also happy I did that. So in that sense, that worked out. Also, my sweatshirt came in what? So excited. Actually, I don't even know if I told you guys. Did I tell you? Basically, I have this idea for this sweatshirt I wanted to make. And I was like, with me, my skills, and my mighty Cricut machine, I'm gonna make it. And I've been seeing, it's been like super trendy. Have you guys seen like those sweatshirts where it's like a neutral color, right? And then in another neutral color, usually it's embroidered, but I don't have an embroidery machine, so it's gonna be vinyl for me. But the design or the words, whatever it is another slightly darker, also neutral color. So it's very like monochromatic, very subtle, and I've been liking it. So I decided that I want to kind of do a design like that. Now, one of my favorite words in the world is snazzy, and one of my favorite animals in the world are squirrels. So I decided that I wanted to create a little like squirrel design situation. So let me show you guys. I created it on Canva just to like get an idea, because you guys ever have pictures in your head and you're like, this is gonna be so good, of like outfits or really anything, and then you see it and like you were wrong, it was better in your head. So I decided to make it on Canva first to see like, am I being delusional or is this actually gonna be cute? So let me show you. So this is what I created. So on the front shoulder it says snazzy, and then on the back it says snazzy squirrel, and then has a little squirrel in the middle. So it's honestly not anything like super crazy or super unique, but I mean, it doesn't exist and it's cute, simple, and I love it. So then went online. Need to find just that neutral sweatshirt, right? So I wanted the brand, is it Gideon or Gillian? Something like that, like starts with a G. A lot of like merch brands and like even like my school, like Spirit swag and stuff, were always on those sweatshirts. They're just like the ultimate standard sweatshirt, but they also have like a really soft inside. Unfortunately, obviously it does wear out, but at least I know what to expect with those. So I found one of those, but unfortunately it looks like they discontinued that color. So the only one I could find was in the color, the only one I could find was in the size extra large. So I bought it. I was like, okay, it's just gonna be like an oversized fit, totally fine. It came in a few days ago. Yesterday I just washed and dried it because if you guys know, or I guess if you don't know, before you transfer vinyl onto like anything, you should always wash and dry it, because it will, most things, depending on the material, will shrink. So if you put the vinyl on and then you wash it and dry it for the first time, the shirt shrinks and the vinyl does not. So that's when you get all of like the ripples on it, and like the vinyl's like not smooth, looks kind of weird. So if you pre-shrink the garment or whatever like cloth you're doing your project on before you do the vinyl transfer, then it stays smooth because it's not shrinking beneath the vinyl, you know? So I washed and dried it, so pre-shrunk it, but I haven't gone to Cricut just yet to try to like, I mean, not that it's like some, you know, complicated design, I haven't started. So I think it's gonna be great. I'm planning on doing it this weekend because Darren is going to be out of town this weekend. So while I'm home, I figured I'd have a project. But on that note, with the rest of my lunch break, I'm gonna start to edit this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, don't forget, subscribe below, gives you a big thumbs up, and don't forget to tune in next week for another new video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.